in condemning the latest delay in the long-awaited rehabilitation of the Cornwall Regional Hospital, with costs reportedly ballooning to $24 billion and over 5 years of unmet deadlines. The opposition is calling for full accountability and a special audit.
It was meant to be a temporary inconvenience, a quick fix to an air quality issue at Cornwall Regional Hospital. But 8 years later, the people of Western Jamaica are still waiting in more ways than one. From East Central to South St. James, the PNP caretakers are calling the drawn-out saga a national scandal.
This hospital has become the most painful symbol of state failure. For $24 billion, we could have built a brand new hospital and expanded care across the region. Instead, what do we have to show? One administrative building and more excuses? Every week, I receive calls from constituents crying, some angry, who can't get basic treatment or timely care. The personal toll is really unbearable. This is not just unacceptable, it is unforgivable.
The caretakers call for a special audit by the Auditor General to investigate how public funds have been managed and mismanaged in what they say has become a betrayal of the public's trust. Rochelle Reed-Knott, caretaker for East Central St. James, says the people of her constituency have little to no access to proper health care.
In many parts of East Central St. James, people don't have easy access to medical care, public or private. Cornwall Regional was the lifeline. Now we've been left stranded, turned away, or referred miles away. We need leadership that puts people before PR and lives before ribbon cutting.
Alan Bernard, caretaker for the Northwest constituency, is demanding an apology and a clear evidence-based timeline.
The time for excuses is over. The government has failed to deliver. We demand that the Wholeness Administration and the Minister of Health provide the country with a realistic, evidence-based timeline for the completion of the Cornwall Regional Hospital project, with details of the $24 billion expenditure and a formal apology to the people of Western Jamaica for the hardship they have endured.
Angela Melville, CVM News.
Stay with us for more CVM News at 7. While addressing a political meeting in the St. Mary's Central constituency, spoke of policies he believes will take Jamaicans out of poverty. If the People's National Party forms the government in the next general election, he says he aims to provide full scholarships to first-generation university students, as well as offer business grants from a $1 billion fund. Angela Melville reports.
People's National Party President Mark Golding says his party has developed a plan specific to national poverty reduction when it forms the next government. Golding says this initiative, dubbed a progressive policy for education, is aimed at helping parents struggling to finance their children's education through the provision of food and transportation subsidies and tertiary scholarships.
We want to ensure that every needy child can get a hot and nutritious meal at school every day, whether they're in primary school or in secondary school. We have the right program to provide a subsidy for families in rural areas so that their children can come to school 5 days a week if they're struggling to find the money to send their children to school because of the high cost of rural transportation. And we have the First in Family program, that if you qualify for university or college and you are the first person in your family to have done so, you will get a full scholarship to take you through university or college, because we believe in education as an antidote to intergenerational poverty.
Golding also put forward a $1 billion entertainment fund, which will provide business grants to creatives.
We have a $1 billion fund in store so that the cultural and creative industries, those who are artists, musicians, dramatists, and other creatives can get financial support to grow them, because we know that this is a business where Jamaica has a competitive advantage, because our culture is loved all over the world.
The opposition leader urges voters to stay stay focused on the policies previous PNP administrations implemented.
Right now, we have a government that has failed the people and that has failed to live up to the responsibilities of a moral government of the people. Put in the work, adopt a serious attitude, stand firm. Them are come with all kind of things. A whole heap of misinformation, a whole heap of lie, a whole heap of false propaganda. They're going to try to run some little benefits for fool the people. But don't be distracted. Think about your children and your grandchildren. Think about the policies and programs that the PNP has delivered in the past and is going to deliver in the future when we form government.
He implores constituents to elect the PNP to serve as the next government. Angela Melville, CVM News.
And hijacked roadways are finally being reclaimed in Hagley Park Road as the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation cracks down on lawless garage operators. Shante McNeil reports.
As the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, moves forward with its Cleaner Kingston initiative, which began last year, even further steps are being taken to remove derelict vehicles from garage operators who encroach on the roadways and sidewalks in the township. On Friday, an operation conducted in the Hagley Park Road area saw the removal of over 10 derelict vehicles, 5 flatbeds, along with cesspool trucks, which have taken over sidewalks and thoroughfares, hindering residents for years. City Inspector Alaric Francis says this is a major improvement and warns citizens to cease and desist from resuming such activities.
Do not return, because if you return, we will be taking legal action. Not only will we be removing, we'll be taking legal action. We would have seen a number of car dealers putting vehicles on the sidewalk for advertisements and also their operation. I'm going to ask persons across the municipality to cease and desist. The roadway and the sidewalk is for pedestrian and for free passage, likewise the roadway.
He says too often, passenger roadways have been reduced to one way, which sometimes become impossible to traverse based on operations. He says this is a selfish act, which often creates problems.
We would have also seen where the illegal garage operations on the roadway have damaged some of the hydrants that exist on the sidewalk. We will be reaching out to the fire department to see how we can restore these fire hydrants. Again, this is as a result of the illegal operations on the sidewalk.
But as Francis issues his warnings, he magnified the efforts of residents who have been supportive of the initiative. One resident, pleased with the results, is committed to ensuring the situation isn't repeated.
I love the work that is being done today, and I'm very appreciated for what you are doing today. I would be very conscious to make sure that this thing don't happen again.
Shante McNeil, CVM News.
We now go to regional and